Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 through 2. Depravity of the world. BC 2469. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. For the glory of God's justice, and for warning to a wicked world, before the history of the ruin of the old world, we have a full account of its degeneracy, its apostasy from God and rebellion against Him. The destroying of it was an act, not of an absolute sovereignty, but of necessary justice, for the maintaining of the honor of God's government. Now here we have an account of two things which occasioned the wickedness of the old world. The increase of mankind. Men began to multiply upon the face of the earth. This was the effect of the blessing. And yet man's corruption so abused and perverted this blessing that it was turned into a curse. Thus sin takes occasion by the mercies of God to be the more exceedingly sinful. Proverbs chapter 29 verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth. The more sinners, the more sin, and the multitude of offenders emboldens men. Infectious diseases are most destructive in populous cities, and sin is a spreading leprosy. Thus, in the New Testament church, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring. And we read of a nation that was multiplied, not to the increase of their joy. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 3. Numerous families need to be well governed, lest they become wicked families. The sons of God, that is, the professors of religion, who were called by the name of the Lord and called upon that name, married the daughters of men, that is, those that were profane and strangers to God and godliness. The posterity of Seth did not keep by themselves as they ought to have done, both for the preservation of their own purity and in detestation of the apostasy. They intermingled themselves with the excommunicated race of Cain. They took them wives of all that they chose. But what was amiss in these marriages? They chose only by the eye. They saw that they were fair, which was all they looked at. They followed the choice which their own corrupt affections made. They took all that they chose without advice and consideration, but that which proved of such bad consequence to them was that they married strange wives, were unequally yoked with unbelievers. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14. This was forbidden to Israel. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verses 3 through 4. It was the unhappy occasion of Solomon's apostasy, and was of bad consequence to the Jews after their return out of Babylon. Ezra chapter 9 verses 1 through 2 note: professors of religion, in marrying both themselves and their children, should make conscience of keeping within the bounds of profession. The bad will sooner debauch the good, and the good reform the bad. Those that profess themselves the children of God must not marry without His consent, which they have not, if they join in affinity with His enemies.